it for exactly to come back to the original thought and purpose-driven meaning of the World Summit. It means that we want to facilitate a big event next year in June, and we want to get together more than 1,000 change makers, experts in the fields of all 12 sectors of society, and we want to bring in progressive mayors and other people, because we really have a feeling that there is a huge potential between all the movements that are at the moment active worldwide. It's about 500,000 to 750,000 groups, active groups, organizations, movements, and really there is one thing that's missing, or we feel is missing, and that they're not connected, and we really want to organize and facilitate the platform for it, so we can organize and unify the unifiers, map the mappers. That for us, I think that's the main focus, and also we want to focus on that we are ready to step into the new paradigm. But how are we going to do this best? We have to figure it out together. So this is the reason why we're doing this. So here we are on the World Summit, unmuted, on location.
Are you going to try and make this funny now, or what?
It depends whether you jump from the ship. You bail out.
We are here with 8 people on board, and the only people that are soaked is Robert.
Yes, and I'm an Aquarius, and I'm proud of it. So, well, that was a nice intro.
On the way, we picked up a merman that's sitting on the front. That is Troy. He will be featuring in our World Summit calendar.
Yeah.
So we have to fund something. So yeah, there is our first.
Shut up.
Troy is all in, so he's going full monkey.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes for the cause.
Yeah.
So what's the topic of this week's uncorked or unmuted, or what do you call it? Unhinged. Yeah.
It's unmuted. But the topic is the event, really, isn't it?
It's the event, and well, a bit of new paradigm-ish, what we envision.
Well, the plan is going to be something we think similar to like Burning Man, but potentially on a beach and in the jungle. But it's going to be totally ecologically friendly. We'll be using local materials, right, from the jungle, that fallen trees for the lumber, and what Eli will have local Mayans helping build all this stuff, and they're incredibly skillful, I understand. So yeah, we're going to be making some cool stuff. But it's all environmentally friendly and leave no trace behind. Yeah. I'm not normally this small. Robert's tall, but I'm not normally this small. I'm sinking in quicksand here. So. Shit. We don't know. This could be a complete flop, and maybe it's not going to work here for whatever reasons. We're just exploring all opportunities. But when somebody says they will gift you something,
Don't give horse in the mouth.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, it's unconditional.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, and as you said, they're visionaries, right? So this is not new to them. They know what they're doing. They know how to build without leaving any footprint.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. So they have vision, just like all of us at the World Summit do. We have incredible vision. What we're trying to do, flip the paradigm and unify groups and movements around the world to bypass our existing failed political and economic systems. That takes incredible vision, but it takes more than just vision. It requires action. That's why the hell we're out here.
Yeah, and also focus on the solutions and the possibilities. So we're not looking at what's not possible. We're looking at what is possible here, actually.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, all about solutions now.
Yeah.
Mankind, and certainly the Mayans and Eli, they've got the ability to move mountains and create huge things. So we either create something that's good for the world, good for humanity, or we create all these huge resorts that we just passed through. So we're building huge cities, but they're tourist cities, totally based on and built on tourism.
And
consumerism and consumption and everything that's wrong with the world, and it's totally unsustainable.
For the captain, like, you're crazy, man. Like, you're crazy. The captain thinks we're crazy because we want to go a little bit more far away. Yes. I told the captain we want to walk. Maybe we'll go and walk over there. He said, like, he thinks it's impossible. It's just wild.
Well, how did Spock put it?
Nothing is impossible, but only improbable.
Yeah.
But if you see the how to say the deep end, there's how do you say plants, but there's also corals. You see purple and orange. Those are coral formations. So there's very little coral formation, which means it's very clean, it's very pristine. Coral is getting born here, which is very good.
Very good.
It's very, very good.
Regenerative.
Yes.
Well, everything that we're doing now is completely unsustainable or completely non-regenerative. It's degenerative, right? And but I want to get back to what you and I were just talking about. You mentioned about how such a dumb idea it is to have something like nuclear power plants, where if something goes wrong, what do you do? And the World Summit, we have this this principle that we use a lot. That's quote, good enough for now, safe enough to try. And so what that means is that, you know, we're always open to something coming along that's better than what we're doing now, and we'll adopt it. Safe enough to try or safe enough to do is completely different. If there's something that the result of which you do something and the result of which could be bad, like say a nuclear meltdown that can screw something up for millions of years with radiation, that's not safe enough to try. That's the definition of insanity. So whatever it is we build, maybe in the jungle or on Eli's beach property here on the mangroves, it needs to be safe enough to do. And if it's not safe for the environment, if it's not regenerative, then we just simply don't do it.
Well, of course, for the event it will be live streamed worldwide.
So then we need a generator that is hooked to a modem, to an antenna, so that we can live stream it.
What else did we need, you know? Regarding resources to do the build here.
To really build, what we need is tools and whatever's metal like coil, bolts, what else? Nails. That's it. Axe, machete, hammer, all that. But
And a generator for you guys, right?
if we start to make start to advance faster with the construction, then with light it's easier, because then we can make holes in the on the wood or wherever, you know, with drills and stuff.
Yeah.
So then if we are going to use like more complex machines, then we need a generator, to be able to. And maybe it's good also a generator to have a water pump, so that we can take water, sweet water, and put it in the water tank, so we can have drinking water fast access to drinking water and for water. No? So that's the most important.
It is a beautiful place. It has a lot of potential, and we have to review what our options are. So, basically, what do you think?
Well, what do we need to pull this off? Simply.
Balls, big balls. Resources, which means money.
Funding, right?
Funding. Yeah.
So if you want to help us pull this off.
Yeah. So It's very possible, but we need to see what makes sense. You know, we've basically got 8 months to manifest this World Summit event next June, and it's going to require a lot of resources and work here. There's logistical problems with the tides, not being able to pass when the tide is low. How do you put 1,000 people on a small boat to transport them to a pretty remote area? And is it doable? Absolutely. So let's just see what Eli's got in mind. I'm hoping that maybe on our way home today we can stop by and show you the jungle. Rob, you haven't seen the jungle houses yet. The jungle venue, there's a big, and we're probably most definitely going to have that in the jungle that's south side of Playa del Carmen for the January mini summit. And that will be a dry run leading up to the main event next June.
We are ready to step into the new paradigm, but how are we going to do this best? We have to figure it out together. So this is the reason why we're doing this, and we really hope that if you join the World Summit, it doesn't mean you join a group and you actually have to drop your own project. We love all projects, the diversity is unique, it's really great.
And if people are looking at this and they're in a full-time job and they don't have much in the way of time for offering, you know, help co-creating, what else can they do?
Well, we're just about to launch what we're calling our World Summit Unified Patreon platform, and that's a peer-to-peer crowdfunding platform based on Patreon, which is, people may be familiar with that. That's a platform that provides monthly recurring income streams to artists and musicians and creative types. And so we're cultural creatives, creating a new world, a new paradigm. And so that will provide, if people go on there and contribute to the Patreon platform, that will provide a GBI, which is a gift-based income to our delegates, and each delegate can get a max of $1,100 US every month. And what that does is provide them time freedom. It frees them up from having to work bullshit jobs so that they can focus their time working with the World Summit team, or coming to Mexico and co-living and co-working in our Synergy Hub here. So that you would actually be creating a whole new paradigm beyond this labor for income model that's keeping us from doing what we really want to do because we're having to work bullshit jobs. So if you yourself have a bullshit job, I'm sorry, I apologize for that, but you could, and if you don't have time to help, you can at least know that the money that you're contributing to on the Patreon platform would be freeing up other people who are focusing full-time on helping flip the paradigm.
We can spark all these movements working together. Once it starts moving, it will gain momentum and it will go exponentially. And this is what we want to do. Spark it, come join us, and let's flip the paradigm. Okay, thanks. For fuck's sake.
Cool. We all want the same thing. Let's just come together and create a new world that works for everybody.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.